Everyone in this company laughed at the janitor. They thought he was invisible. But one day, the CEO walked on stage, looked at the crowd, and said a name that shocked the entire room. The janitor. For 3 years, no one in the building knew his name. They passed him every morning. Coffee in hand, phones in their pockets, important conversations in their ears. And every night, when the office lights went out, he was still there, cleaning the floors they walked on. This is the story of Daniel Reyes. Daniel arrived in the city with almost nothing, just a worn suitcase and a folded letter from his father. He grew up in a small working-class neighborhood where survival came first, and opportunities were rare. His father had told him something he never forgot. Work may start small, but dreams don't have to. Dreams felt far away when you were just trying to survive. So Daniel took the only job he could find, night janitor at a powerful tech company called Aurora Technologies. Every evening, after the engineers went home, Daniel began his shift. Empty coffee cups, dusty desks, crushed papers under chairs. For 3 years, he cleaned the same hallways. And for 3 years, no one really noticed him. Most employees barely saw him. To them, he was just part of the background, the quiet man with the mop. But some noticed him, and not kindly. A group of young developers sometimes joked when Daniel walked past. "Careful," one laughed. "The janitor might steal our ideas." Daniel didn't respond. He simply pushed the mop across the polished floor. Night after night, quiet, invisible, ignored. What they didn't know was that Daniel wasn't just cleaning the office, he was listening.
They look good.
Every whiteboard discussion, every frustrated conversation about coding problems, every late-night brainstorming session. And when the building finally emptied, his real work began. Inside his locker, Daniel kept an old laptop. After finishing his shift, he would sit quietly under the dim locker room light and start typing, line after line of code. Night after night, while the city slept, he studied programming through online tutorials, free lectures, and coding forums. His hands were tired from cleaning, but he kept practicing. Because no one asked the janitor what he dreamed about. 1 year later, Aurora Technologies announced an internal innovation competition. Employees submitted hundreds of projects. Late one night, Daniel submitted one too. He almost didn't press submit, but remembered his father's words, "Dreams don't start big. They start brave." Weeks later, the company gathered for the announcement. Developers filled the room confidently. Executives stood near the stage. The CEO stepped forward. The winning innovation project belongs to someone very unexpected. Daniel Reyes. Confusion spread. Whispers erupted. Wait, the janitor? Did he say Daniel? Slowly, heads turned to the back of the room. There stood Daniel, still in his janitor uniform. The CEO smiled. "Daniel, please come forward." For the first time in 3 years, everyone in the building was looking at him. "This project will save our company millions of dollars," the CEO continued, as the large screen behind him lit up with Daniel's program. "And the person who built it is the man who cleaned this building every night." The room exploded into applause. The same man they ignored for years had built the idea that would change the company. Suddenly, the janitor no one noticed became the man everyone wanted to know. The room fell silent. A different kind of silence, the kind that comes when something impossible just happened. Daniel's former mockers lowered their eyes. The developer who once joked, "Careful, the janitor might steal our ideas," realized Daniel hadn't stolen anything. He had solved the problem they couldn't. The CEO handed Daniel the microphone. For years, he had worked in the background. Speaking in front of the entire company felt strange. But he remembered his father's words. Work may start small, but dreams don't have to. Daniel looked out at the crowd. "I cleaned your floors every night," he said calmly. "But while I worked, I listened. I listened to the problems you were trying to solve, and I wanted to see if I could solve them too. No anger, no bitterness, just honesty." The CEO smiled. Starting today, Daniel Reyes will be joining Aurora Technologies as a lead software developer. For the first time that day, the entire room stood up. Applause filled the hall. The janitor they ignored had just become the man leading the future of the company. And suddenly, everyone in the building knew his name, Daniel Reyes.